Okay, so one of the surprising things that the Lord had me do at a point in time was He had me build up discipline in so many different areas. And that's in food, that's with my exercise, that's with my spirituality, and making sure every day I was in the Word, I was in devotion time, I was doing something. Mentally, I was involved in something that was just expanding the way how I thought. Emotionally, working on things that would help with my emotions, right? Like trying to find ways to laugh every day, connecting with others, that would help to, just really lighten up my soul, activities like just walking on the beach. So what the Lord taught me to do was don't go a day without investing in yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So I want to ask you that today. What have you done today that is physical, that was mental, that was spiritual, and that tapped into you on an emotional level? What was that? And here's the thing. Some of us don't. Some of us don't live with that intentionality. And because you don't live with that intentionality, it's all over the place, right? Like you don't have your hand on it. You don't have a firm grip on that thing. There's no practice. There's no discipline. There's no nothing. It's just out there. Here's the problem with it being out there is that because it's out there, it's subject to the world. It's subject to the influence of the world. You don't have a handle on it. It's just out there. Because of that influence of the world, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. What's in the world? The lust of the eyes, the lust of the flesh, the pride of life. Somebody bring you a hamburger, you ain't got no kind of diet plan, no thoughts about nutrition. You take the hamburger and fries. Donuts are in the break room. You just take the donuts. You don't even care. You just sleep in, lay around because you might be stuck on the computer. You might be stuck on YouTube for hours because YouTube will get you now. You be watching people launch cats in outer space. I don't know. 2:00 in the morning. I've been there. Emotionally, you haven't done anything to tend to your emotions, so they're still erratic. They're still all over the place. You've done nothing to tend to them, right? Spiritually, not invested at all. Reading your word, praying, talking to the Lord, worshiping, speaking in tongues, things of that nature. So what happens is when you don't have a handle on it and it's out there like that and it's subject to the world, who is the ruler of this world? It's Satan. You see, God will have you work on these things and get a handle on all of it. So people don't understand like why they have this fire to be able to eat right, to start working out, to start doing all these things. Like all of a sudden they're like, okay, I feel like this need. And it could very well be the Lord that is desiring you to get yourself together. How can He bring you up spiritually? How can He teach you spiritual things if He can't even speak to you about earthly things? He can't even get you right down here. How are you gonna bring you up there? Not only that, but some have so many addictions and so many things that they're tied to that they're literally holding on to weight that they need to let go of, right? This laziness, this sloth, this eating heavy foods, sodas, all of this stuff. So what He desires you to do is to clean all that up and get a handle on it. Take back control, take back the power that you've relinquished and take it back. So the interesting thing is the Lord's trying to lift you, right? His thoughts are not our thoughts. His ways are not His ways. And He wants us to come up. But even when you eat foods, Y'all know about that YouTube video, the low vibrational foods. It keeps you heavy. It keeps you way down. When you're just laid out and just lazy and laid out on the couch for hours and hours, and you got all this heavy food in you, and you're feeling heavy and you're depressed and you're not motivated, you put yourself in a situation where the Lord's trying to bring you up, but you like dead weight. You don't give up. And you'll see when you start to cleanse your body and detoxify your body, and to start moving and to start pushing through water and to start getting everything circulated, and you're firing on all cylinders, you start to feel lighter. You start to come up. You see, the Lord taught me this. This was for a season now. This was for a season. Because what he wants you to do is he wants you to grab a hold of all that. Where am I emotionally? Let me deal with that. Let me make connections. Let me talk to a friend. Let me laugh. Let me do something. Mentally, physically, spiritually. So that way you can bring all of those things into an alignment. When you bring all those things into alignment, you have a way in which now you can give them over to God. You can't give to God what you don't have. You can't give to God what belongs to Satan. What's just out there lingering. You don't even know where to grab it. He wants it. He wants it all. He wants it all. He wants it all. This is not a loss of a part of your life. This is not just areas of your life that the Lord wants. He wants it all. It's your life. Mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. Love God with your whole heart, mind, and soul. That's what he wants. And for you to love others as you love yourself. But if all is spread out all over the place and you don't even know where it's at, how can you give it to him? So don't be surprised when you start desiring to get closer to the Lord, and all of a sudden you feel the urge to start working out and to start cleaning stuff up. Yeah, the Lord's cleaning up house. You don't ran his temple down. He's ready to get it back together. He's ready for some restoration, right? He need to demolish that sucker so he can start building it up and building it up his way. So it's interesting because people don't think that, exercise, nutrition, going to comedy shows, reading books, things of that nature are spiritual. But they are, because they're tapping into every aspect of your being, every aspect of your being. So that one day you can give that over to the Lord. The Lord desires you to have good health. Physical exercise is of some benefit. Yeah, the Lord desires you to be emotionally and mentally well, to be mentally fit, to be mentally strong. The Lord desires you to be spiritually weighty, to have your spirit man be big and leading and guiding. So I ask you today, think about what you can do every day, and don't let a day go past without you thinking, what can you do for yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually? Start investing in yourself. You wonder why things are going wrong in your life, but have you taken the time to invest in the very self that's living that life? So think about it. Talk soon.